Yep, here he is. He's on here. All right, so he's backstage right now. So, what's up, D? All right, so I'm gonna. Well, here, let's bring him on right now to start and see where we're at. Um, Hello,
Howdy.
how you doing?
Good.
Excellent. It's interesting to see you here. I was not expecting any of you guys to ever show up in here.
I've got the other guy that was with me at that shooting, the one that was
Yeah.
getting messed up by the police. He's right here too.
Well, okay, so that was one of the questions I had when I was watching the video, because like earlier you were saying, well, you didn't know that it was a murder investigation or whatever. But at one point he said to one of the cops, "What are you looking for? Shell casings?" So why would he say
Right.
that if he didn't know it was a shooting?
His information was wrong. So he texts me and says that there's a police shooting. Now, I made the stream. I took the stream down, but in the stream you can hear me arguing with him like, dude, if this is a police shooting, then what's this doesn't look like a police shooting. It didn't make sense to me when I got there. Is that not how I was arguing with you? And he's adamant that that the cop shot somebody. I'm like, dude, you can't just take that off of an app and say that the police shot somebody, because that doesn't mean that's what happened just because an app on your phone says that the police shot somebody. So
Right.
I wouldn't even have went to the scene, except he got threatened with arrest 4 or 5 times within the span of 5 minutes. That right there is not cool. They all know him first and last name. He will listen to him. So I showed up there. That's when I start hearing threats of arrest. We can agree as human beings, the police don't need to be threatening you to get you to do stuff. They can be nice about it. And it's hard for me as a person to be an asshole to a cop that's like, hey man, can you please step back a little bit? That never happens. In any of my videos, that never happens, dude. Never. But when it does happen, I'm like, hey man, you know what? I'm going to be an asshole if I sit here and like, no, fuck you, it's my right, blah, blah. I can't do that, dude. I'm not going to do that. That's not the kind of person I am. Like, I know what you guys are doing, and I agree with it. There are channels out there that have no business with a camera in their hands because they're causing conflict with normal people, which I don't agree with. I'm a business owner. I have normal people as customers. I go and talk to normal people every single day. These are people that could be supporting us. These are people that could be, all these fucking e-beggars that are asking for money. Your buddy Chili's one of them. All the money.
I hate that guy, my buddy Chili. No.
I went on a rampage for 10 days going into people's live streams, talking shit about this dude. You're not the only one, bro. You're not the only one. I cannot stand that lying sack of shit that just wants to drain everybody's fucking wallet. I'm saying it on your live stream because I mean it. I fucking mean it, dude. So those are the kind of people that I'm not about. PayPal patties, normal people baiters. Like, dude, if you're going to go to a post office, don't pepper spray people. You're going to turn everybody off that's watching it to what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I don't like it, dude, is it affects me. I'm serious about what I'm doing. I've got lawyers that work for me. I've got paralegals that work for me. I own businesses, dude. I'm starting a nonprofit to be able to pick up cases for people that are getting unlawfully arrested next week. I'm starting a nonprofit to actually help people, because what's the evolution of this shit? We just can't keep filming the police and crying about it. There's got to be something else. And lawsuits and all that shit, I mean, it might help that person, but it doesn't help everybody. So I understand what you guys are doing. I agree with it. And I make all the videos you want about my channel, man. I'm not going to strike you. You know what I mean? You have your right to your own opinion. I know you guys don't agree with what I do, and that's fine. Just like I don't agree with people pepper spraying people. I think that's stupid as fuck. I don't even have pepper spray. I don't have pepper spray. If it comes to the point where I need to defend myself, I don't need a bottle of fucking Mason.
Right. No, yeah, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, no, I just want to say, like, again, I love an open dialogue, right? I believe in actually being able to talk like this. This is why I'm sort of just letting you say your piece, and do your thing, because, I would rather see two people who completely disagree on something have an intelligent discussion about it than to just be like, oh, you're full of shit. Oh, no, you're full of shit. Like, that doesn't solve or help anybody either way. Your signal's getting messed up.
All of you guys. Are we good?
Yeah, you kind of lost your signal for a second there. Yeah.
All right. No, I watch you guys' channels, all of them. You know, I'm not subscribed, but you guys are in my watch history. After clicking on them for so long, they come up, and I follow your channels. And honestly, I think you guys are doing a good job. I just think that technicalities are important. You know what I mean? Am I baiting the police? Absolutely. And sometimes I do, yes. And there's a reason for that. There's a very, very good reason, man. Think about this. This is something everybody that's a father, a mother, anybody can relate to. Now, these police officers have the ability to change your life with the snap of their finger. Because they're in a bad mood, because they're having a bad day, they're going through a divorce. They can change your life with the snap of a finger, even if you're not wrong. There's way too many cases of it happening to say that it's not possible. So my method of what I'm doing, if these police officers can't handle me calling them stupid or ignorant or dumb, calling them names, baiting, dude, they don't need to be cops. Those are the guys that are going to lose their shit when something gets serious and they're going to hurt somebody. Or they're going to shoot it. There's a story on Reddit I watched today of a mentally ill 54-year-old woman in California that backed her car up into a police officer's vehicle. He got out, didn't say, put your hands up, you're under arrest, nothing. Got out, unloaded 15 bullets into her vehicle, and then loaded a new clip and vehicle again because it's having mental stuff. Those are the kind of cops that are going to freak out when I call them stupid while we're out there filming them. Those are the ones I'm trying to expose, man. I'm not out here hating the police. My wife right here, who's pregnant, her sister is a federal police officer, dude. I have people in the military in my family. I'm not against the system. I'm not anti-cop. I'm not anti-government. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm a business owner. I pay my taxes. I have a driver's license. I just want you guys to have a full understanding. I'm about to hit 100,000 subscribers. So, you know, it's important that people know what I'm doing. My name's Chris. You know, I'm not I'm not out here creating conflict for clicks and views, dude. I'm like, that's why I'm creating a nonprofit, because 80,000 subscribers a year later, and it's still doing the same shit. I've got 7 open cases. I'm going to trial on 3 cases this month for all my unlawful arrests. Every time I've been arrested, it was unlawful. I did nothing illegal. So, I mean, this is the evolution. Now, what do we do other than film the police all the time? Because clearly it's not helping. That's
yeah. Well, like I say, I appreciate that. And the fact that you don't go after civilians is a big plus, you know.
The argument with the guy.
Again, there's certain things. I'm sorry, you're kind of buffering again. I didn't.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm on my phone out and about. Sorry.
No, you're on the road, obviously. Yeah, well, right. Obviously, you're not driving, thank God. Right, but you're in the car. Obviously, you're going to be going through different strengths of signal as you move. So I get that. That's cool. No, again, I really appreciate you coming up here and sharing your story. You know, and it is good to hear the other side, because, you know, all we see are the videos of people that, you know, to me, like when you start like throwing the Constitution on the ground and say, look at that, what about that? And it's like, man, I get it.
You know how mad I was? I had my hands in the air with my back turned to this police officer, and he pushed me trying to instigate something with me. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. When he did that and I turn around and say, don't fucking touch me, his immediate words are, you're not going to fight me. Dude, what? I wasn't thinking about fighting. I just said, don't touch me. I had my hands in the air and my back turned. Was I being dramatic? Absolutely. So what?
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing anything wrong, man. You know what I mean? That's the kind of uncalled for stuff. Why did he put his hands on me? Like, imagine if I did that. Dude, it would be crazy. Like, that's the kind of thing that just gets to my head. Like, if I got my hands in the air, I'm saying, help me. Am I being an idiot? Of course, dude. Nobody, I can't even argue that. I'm being a dramatic crybaby at that point. So what? but I'm not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? He shouldn't have touched me. That's trying to incite more conflict with me. I'm not being conflict. I'm not being in conflict at that point. That's not on me. I got my back turned to him.
Confrontational.
I was being, I was
Right.
I was being an asshole. But
Yeah.
as a police officer, he's paid to be professional. I mean, I'm not. That's really what it boils down to. If I'll tell you what, if the government or everybody wants to create an organization to where cop watchers can sign up to and get paid through it, and then we have a certain level of standards that we have to adhere to, dude, I'm all for it. I'll stop swearing. I mean, I don't swear around my kids. I don't swear around my customers. You know what I mean? That's easy to turn off. But I don't have that obligation right now like I do when I run my company and I'm trying to pitch my company to a customer, you know?
Right. Well, again, I get what you're saying, you know, and that's part of my argument is that so many of the arguments we hear, and again, obviously you've already said we agree on the ones that cross the line, right? But let's say people that are on your side of the line, right? I still see what I consider to be how can I say it's okay, like the baiting, for example, and like what you were saying. Well, I say these things because if they can't handle me saying that, then they can't handle another thing. But and again, we already sort of talked about it. So let's talk about was that you with the drunk girl that got arrested?
Yeah.
Because I did a video where there was yeah. So like in that situation, right, you have the person who, you know, you're there to protect her from the cops, and she's telling you, leave
No,
me alone, go
no,
away.
that's
So
hold on.
why do you still?
I'm not there to protect her from the cops, dude. I don't, like I told her in my video, I think that you need to be getting arrested. You need to go to jail for being drunk, but you need to know your rights at the same time. That's why I spoke up. I don't agree with drunk driving. That girl needs to sit in jail. She needs to pay for, dude, if she would have killed somebody, then jail's irrelevant. Now she's going to go to prison. You know what I mean? So drunk
Right.
driving, I'm not for that at all. I'm not there to protect her, dude. I'm there to make sure that she knows her rights and the police are following and adhering to the rules. That's it. When I hear them asking her questions that she doesn't have to answer, obviously she's under the influence. So I'm telling her, you don't got to answer the questions. You ask for a lawyer, he'll stop asking you questions. I said my piece. I wasn't going to say anything else after that. When we moved, that's when the officer starts telling me, back up, because they don't like that I said something from the beginning. Now it's become an ego or a personal thing because I didn't say anything after that. I said my piece. She ignored me. She wants to be stupid and ignore me. That's her problem. I don't care. You know, I said what I had to say. If she doesn't want to take my advice, then go fly a kite somewhere or jump off a bridge. You know what I mean? You don't need to be on the road if you're under the influence. I'm not there to protect drunk drivers or criminals. I do not advocate for criminal activity whatsoever. I've been to prison. I've done my time. That shit's for the fucking losers of this planet, not for me. Fuck that, dude. No.
All right. Well, again, I definitely appreciate that, man. And
I know what I'm doing. If you don't, like, if I don't explain it, it comes off as aggressive or I'm just clicks and views. Dude, I get it. I totally get it. My videos now, I'm trying to add more context so people understand what's going on because I don't want to be perceived as somebody that's in the category of all these other idiots because that's not what's going on.
right. Well, okay. So like let's go back to the initial example with the one that you and your buddy in the backseat did. What was what's his screen name again?
That's Tempe Against Police Violence.
Oh, yes. So the one that you and Tempe did at the shooting. So when you later on put in the bits of you talking, sort of putting everything into context, like at that point, had you become aware what the situation was? And if so, how come you didn't at least acknowledge that?
We didn't
Oh, you
know.
didn't know yet at the time?
We didn't know anything. Dude, the guy that I was arguing with at the McDonald's, he saw everything go on and he told us that it wasn't that it wasn't the police that shot somebody. So I mean, as far as
Right.
information that we were given, it was given to us from a McDonald's worker. The cops wouldn't tell us anything. I mean, he's accusing them of shooting somebody because that's what he thinks, and they're not correcting him. You know what I mean? That's just weird to me. So, I mean,
Right.
on top of that, and you know, like, dude, I know a lot of people don't consider us journalists, and we're not media and all that, but as far as the First Amendment is concerned, I mean, to have First Amendment protection, all you need is to have an audience and a message. That's literally what the courts say for First Amendment protection. You need to have an audience and a message. That's it. So for us to be there and be asking what's going on, like, all they had to do is say, hey man, there's somebody got seriously injured or killed over there. If you could be respectful and go stand over there, we don't want to get the dead body on film. If you could give us some time to put up, curtains around shit. But that kind of stuff doesn't happen, dude, because there's such a disconnect with what the videos that you guys are showing and what we're doing. That's the problem, dude. People are pepper spraying people at post offices or doing dumb shit and breaking the law and getting arrested for it and calling themselves cop watchers or First Amendment auditors and giving me a fucking bad name. That's really what it boils down to. Had I known that there was somebody that was deceased over there because of somebody else and the police were actually doing their jobs the way they're supposed to, I have no reason to be there. There's nobody's rights that are going to get violated except for mine, just like they did.
Well, but again, can you, under those circumstances, understand to some extent why they were leery about it? Because there was a dead body there and they're like, whoa, hey, you guys need to back up. Well, what's good? Look, we're investigating a murder right now. We don't have, and plus the fact that, I mean, you were obviously there for a long time because at the beginning of the video it was daytime and at the end it was night. So at some point, they caught the shooter, but I don't know if he was still on the loose when you guys first arrived or what.
No, they caught him pretty much immediately after it happened. So they caught him as I was arriving. They caught him as he was arriving. So by the time I got there, their scene was already established. They were just documenting evidence, trying to collect witnesses, looking at video. The normal police procedure when a crime happens.
Right.
So they're doing police work. They're doing real police work. The only reason that I showed up is because they threatened my friend. I mean, on a friendship level, that's why I showed up. You threatened my friend. I mean, I feel obligated to be there,
Right.
That goes with anybody, not just the police. I mean, if he's at his work and somebody threatens him and he's like, hey, man, I need you to back me up. Dude, I'm going to come.
Right. Well, like I say, I'm not and never have been against the idea of cop watching in general. It's that I see so many examples. And again, even you agree that there are people out there that are crossing the line, and
absolutely.
When it gets to that point where it isn't, like a lot of times when they talk about, people getting in the way, you're impeding my investigation or this or that or whatever. And it's like, well, you don't have to talk to me. You could go over there. It's like, well, then don't shout, hey, what's your badge number, and get their attention directed towards you away from their investigation. Like they're, and not to just stick up for the cops. I'm not that naive or stupid to where I think the cops never do anything wrong. I know that they do. The problem is when a cop isn't doing something wrong, and when not necessarily you're saying you specifically, but just, cop watcher video comes out and paints this picture of a cop who, like, for example, and I'll use, so that it doesn't, because I don't want to turn this into an attack, right? So let's take somebody else, like real fake Mike Real News, right? When there's a bunch of cops standing on the corner, literally not doing anything, and he walks up to them and starts calling them cowards and cursing them out and this and that. What did the cops do that violated his rights, that instigated him to act that way in the first place? Nothing.
Right. Yeah, I don't do that, dude. If you guys watch my videos, there's a theme to my videos. I approach every police situation quietly, unless I know the officer that's there. I don't say anything to him, man. I don't immediately say, what's your name and your badge number? On all of my videos, all of them, they come up to me and tell me I'm physically interfering by standing content that I do, because it's my distance is really what it is. I'll stand 10 feet away from them just like I'm allowed to, and they don't like that, dude. So they feel that they need to say something to me. You know what I mean? regardless of whether I speak or not. Like, I just put out a video where the cops stole my trailer, my company trailer. They stole it from my house because of a video that I did the night before. And I didn't say anything. I locked the back door. All right. I didn't say anything to these. I didn't say anything to the officer. Like, the whole video's up, unedited. We walked up to the scene, and this lady comes around and approaches us and says, "You're now physically interfering with my investigation," and starts threatening us with arrest, dude. Like, that's the kind of stuff that we're trying to film right there, because she had no reason. If she wouldn't have said anything to us, there wouldn't have been a YouTube video. I didn't say anything to her. You know what I mean?
I'll be straight with you. I actually, because I'm always looking at these videos, right? Trying to, do my thing. And I watched that one. That was one of the ones that I was looking at, trying to, come up with what I'm going to do next. And there's certain things that I'm looking for in my videos. I don't want to take a video of a legitimate cop watch and try to re-edit it to make it look like it's something bad. If I see something in it I disagree with it, I put it in there and I point it out. And I didn't see anything in there that stood out to me as like you going overboard with it. It's like, yeah, obviously they're coming the next day. They're like, what happened? We're taking this now. And yeah,
Dude, that was a trip. She scared me. That was one of the only times that I've been scared by a police officer. And it wasn't like she was yelling. It's the dead look in her eyes when she approaches me and says, "You're now physically interfering and you need to back up." Like, she's just repeating something that she has to repeat before she can do something else. Like, that situation scared me, dude. I backed up a couple times and said, "Yo, what the heck is wrong with you?" I didn't yell at her. I didn't cuss. I just said, "There's something wrong with you. This is not how you guys are supposed to be acting right now." It's some of the stuff that I've experienced is mind blowing, dude. Like, I am in Arizona right now is #1 police state for police killings in the United States. Arizona, the Gilbert Police Department, which was the video of the drunk girl that I filmed, just killed somebody yesterday. I mean, was it legit? I don't know, man. I wasn't there. I can't speak on any of that stuff. That's why I don't post police shooting videos. I don't post none of that stuff, because I don't know what happened to lead up to that. When we go to a traffic stop, I mean, there's only a couple things that you could get pulled over for. You know what I mean? Could it get dangerous? Sure, absolutely. But I've been to thousands of traffic stops. Not once has anybody attacked a police officer. Not once has anybody attacked me. You know what I mean? There's never been any kind of physical interference whatsoever. I've never pepper sprayed anybody. There's never been any fights. Like, the kind of stuff that I see on your guys' channel, I don't experience that. That's why I'm like, I watch your guys' stuff, because it's like, dude, what the?
Well, and like you said, that there are situations where, these guys are doing things that even you are like, what the hell is this guy doing? Giving us a bad name.
Yes.
Right? And again, I don't necessarily, even now, I don't necessarily agree with your methods, but I'm glad you took this time, because I understand them a little bit better now.
I mean, yeah, that's the idea.
And again, also, that line, and then it does. And I've also, I got to admit, I'm a little bit guilty of this myself. I watch so many of these videos that I start seeing just like, this guy's baiting the cops, doing this terrible stuff. This guy's doing this terrible stuff. This guy's doing this terrible stuff. And then I see a video where sometimes I got to go back and watch it again and be like, okay, wait a minute. Is he doing the same thing all these other guys are doing, or does he have something else going on? Because it becomes real easy to fall in that trap, especially when you hear certain words like the sovereign citizen thing. If somebody says I'm traveling, immediately the sovereign citizen bells start ringing, and it's like, maybe they're talking about something else. Jurisdiction's another one. They love to bring up jurisdiction, which is a classic sovereign citizen argument, but there are other types of jurisdiction. There are legitimate jurisdictional arguments.
Yes. I bring up jurisdiction in some of my stuff, but it's not like your court has no jurisdiction over me. It's a subject matter jurisdiction. So it could be subject matter, could be anything. It could be lack of a victim. It could be a state police arrested you on federal property. That's subject matter jurisdiction. I mean, there's all kinds of different types of subject matter. Dude, I know. I have a driver's license. I pay my I pay my insurance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's good. I appreciate that. And again, I appreciate you coming on here. Again, I just came on here tonight, last minute. I had no idea it was going to lead to this, but
I saw
that's
you.
great.
I saw you comment on my channel, so I figured I saw you live too. I was like, yeah, I'll go in and talk to him.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. When you responded to my comment, I thought you were being a smartass. I thought he's like, oh, great, he's trying to troll me, But no, that's legit. That's cool. I appreciate that. Thank you.
The channel name is Direct D, and the name of the channel is Direct because that's exactly the kind of person I am. I'm very direct. If I don't like you, I'll tell you I don't like you. I don't care if I lose 10,000 subscribers because I went live and talked shit about chili and had about 150 people unsubscribe from me. I don't care, dude. It's not about clicks and views. You know what I mean? I have things going on outside of the internet that I don't need to rely on this shit. So I get to be as direct as I want. I get to be as honest as I want because frankly, I don't care if I'm hurting anybody's feelings because I like being honest. That there's nothing to hide after that. You can either like me or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
But at least you know what you're getting.
Well, you know what? And, sitting here actually having a conversation with you, you seem like, again, I watch your videos and it's like, oh, what the hell is this guy's problem? But you seem like the kind of dude, like you just sit down and talk, drink a beer, and be cool, like, and again, I appreciate that.
I mean, I'm not like bumming it at mom's house or nothing. You know what I mean? I have my own house.
Right. Yeah, man, that's cool. That's cool. I appreciate that. And again, I appreciate you coming on. It is really good to hear the other side.
Hey, I honestly wish I like you guys' channel. I just, man, the channels that are doing things right, and then your guys' channels, I mean, there could be a blend here to where we weed out the kinds of people that we don't want fucking causing problems for us in the long run. That's honestly why I'm down to talk to you guys, is because I seriously believe that there are people. First Amendment's for everybody. Everybody can have a cell phone. Everybody can make a YouTube channel, post whatever they want. But if you're going to be talking about legal shit or stuff that affects people's lives, I mean, we need to narrow down the group of people that are legitimate versus, okay, we're just here for clicks and views.
Right. And I even, I did a video a few months back about legitimate audits, showing audits where I didn't find anything to complain about or anything wrong about, where I said, I would love to see this, happen more regularly. And I, again, have no problem with people doing that, and
I'm not a fan of audits, dude. I don't.
Well, cop watching, whatever you want to categorize it.
Going into going into a building, a structure, a government structure is auditing to me. I mean, I have, but I don't do that because the times I've gone, it's just the experience wasn't what I was looking for. It wasn't, dude. I didn't feel like I was educating anybody. I didn't feel like I was accomplishing anything. The police had to get called to come there. It's not something. I don't understand it really. There's no cops there. There's nobody there that can violate your rights. So what are we doing there? If it's an educational thing, then you go in with pamphlets or papers. And if somebody asks you, you hand them a piece of paper and say, this is exactly what I'm doing. Here are the laws that I'm following. And here's my explanation to why I'm doing this. You know what I mean? Instead of, I'll tell you later. I don't have to tell you. Go fuck yourself. Spray. Dude, what?
Yeah.
We're not We're not educating anybody. We're creating discontent and discord between people for no reason.
Right. And then, like you said earlier, that makes people like us even more against people like you. Anyone who's out there just trying to do what they're trying to do. And again, I still don't agree with your methods, but I understand now a little bit better from this conversation what you're doing, why you're doing it, and that you do, if nothing else, it's almost like, and I mean this in the best way possible, but like sometimes like in a movie you'll see a villain, but he has this line that he will not cross, and at least you can respect that he won't cross that line, and that's kind of how it is,
I have a deep ethos, man. Deep ethos. You know what? is, then you
Yeah,
understand.
absolutely. Yeah, and I appreciate that. Absolutely. And that's it. It's, or anti-hero. That's the word I was looking for. Like a Clint Eastwood movie, right? He goes around killing people, but he's only killing bad guys, but he's still killing people, right?
Yeah.
But there's that line that they just will never cross it. They have a code that they
Yeah.
live by, and that's it. And as long as you stay true to that, I mean, like you said, if I'm, you know, I think this is great that we're having this conversation right now. But if I'm watching one of your videos and I see something, I think, oh man, I need to point that out. Then that's fine. And you even said I have your direct permission to do it, so that's even better. But yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way to attack you either.
Hey, fair use is fair use, man. I mean, if you want to talk shit about me, you're not going to hurt my feelings. So what do I? You know what I mean? Just
Well,
like
yeah.
if I call you some kind of name right now, I know I'm not going to hurt your feelings. So well, so what? I'm not going to. But
no, yeah, I understand your point exactly. I do, and again, I appreciate it. Wow. I'm not sure what else to say. Like I said, this was a last minute thing, so I didn't have any questions prepared or anything ahead of time. But I do very much appreciate you taking this time to come out, and hopefully I am doing a good job of at least giving you the opportunity to have the platform to give your side of the story, and that's great. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to convince anybody that I'm doing something right or I'm not doing anything wrong. I mean, that's all subjective and opinion. You know what I mean? That's however you want to perceive that is up to you. I just want you and the other people that watch my channel that necessarily don't agree with us to understand that my ideals and my methods and my motivations are a little bit different than everybody else's.
Right. It's not just money. It's not just clicks and views. You're legitimately trying to do something. And again, that's why, I've been trying to kind of choose my words carefully. Like when I say I don't necessarily agree with your methods, because I don't necessarily disagree with what you're doing. Right. But again, sometimes I disagree with the method that you do it, but I get from what you're saying, what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it. And I appreciate that.
I have kids, man. I have an 11-year-old and my wife's pregnant. So
yeah,
I need to leave this place, at least in my head, better than when I was born into it. I mean, I can, as long as I think that it's better, then I'm happy with my kids growing up in this world, really. And that's what it boils down to. If I was just some 22-year-old nobody living in an apartment with a YouTube channel trying to make it big, you know what I mean? Then
right.
I totally understand people trolling me, but a lot of people don't know anything about me because I've tried to keep it off the internet. I do own businesses. It's really easy to look that kind of stuff up with my name. So that's why
Well, yeah, no, I understand that. A certain amount of anonymity is not just like, oh, I'm trying to hide. It's wise to have a certain amount of that too. So that is definitely a good thing.
You'll be able to see a 501c3 that's going to have my name on it here pretty soon that is going to be geared towards, the unlawful arrest, and not just people with cameras. Like, that's important. Like, we're not just going to be taking criminal cases and civil cases with the people that have cameras. This is for everybody, because everybody is getting screwed in the United States. Not everybody, but a large percentage of people are getting screwed in these municipal courts. It's not the cops. The cops are not the ones doing it. I mean, they're just the tool that's being used by the courts. Now, as I'm going through trials and stuff, I'm learning so much stuff about the court, at least in Arizona, the court systems and the things that they're getting away with that they can't. So, I mean, that's really what my channel is going to start evolving into. Is I'm not cop watching really anymore. I've gotten too many arrests. I've been arrested probably 12 times in the last year for not doing anything illegal. Haven't been found guilty of anything either. I've had 2 cases dropped already. I'm about to have a 3rd dropped. So I'm not going to the situations anymore. Now what you're going to see on my channel is we're going to see corrupt magistrates, corrupt prosecutors, because these people are supposed to know what they're doing, and I'm already showing that they don't with the few posts over the last couple of days.
Right. Yeah. And again, if you're doing looking at case law and doing research and finding things that need to be exposed and exposing it, that's great, because, you know, just as much as I could come on here and make fun of you guys, or, you know, auditors or sovereign citizens or whatever, I could also blast a bad judge or a bad cop or anyone who's doing something wrong. You know, it's
legitimately doing something wrong.
right. Exactly. And that's the thing that gets on my nerves so much with so many of these videos, is because there's so many people that are out there that are going after cops and other people, and again, like the ones we were talking about earlier, just regular people on the street. You know, like, what's the point of even bothering them at all? You know, how is that? Yeah, exactly. Yep. So yeah, I get that.
I've made it clear on my channel to my subscribers that I do not accept violent. I mean, after a certain point, it's hard to moderate, you know, 80,000 people's comments on my channel, especially when they start seeing them disappear and they spam them over and over because I'm deleting them. But I do violent comments towards police officers. Every cop needs to be shot, dude. All that kind of dumb shit gets deleted off my channel, because I'm not with any kind of violence towards anybody, especially not a fucking public official. I've told people that comment on my channel, do not post police officers' personal information, their home address, their phone numbers, any of that kind of shit. You could post their name and how much they make and what department they work for, but that's the kind of shit that I've told on my channel, that, you know, because I see other people doing that. They make a video about a police officer and they think it's slick to put that dude's home address up there and shit. These people have kids and families and shit. You know, there's weirdos watching.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate that when that's going so far over the line.
I've got rules that I adhere to, and that if people don't want to do it on my channel, I've told them I will block you and delete your ass from my channel if you post shit. Like there's things that I won't do, and I see a lot of people doing other shit, like spraying, dude. The whole spray.
You're breaking up.
Oh, I'm breaking up. I'm on my Wi-Fi.
Sorry, dude. You're breaking up. Yeah.
Let me go outside. You have a lighter?
All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to go on and explain myself. Not that I needed to, but with the size of my following and how fast it's growing, I need to, because eventually people are going to try to say that, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that, but I'm creating a document on your channel right now of me talking about it.
Yeah, no, that's good. Like I said, I really appreciate that you're doing this and taking the time to, because like I said at the beginning, you know, I would rather, in fact, some of my favorite YouTube videos are just watching like discussions between two people that are on completely opposite ends of an issue, but actually having a discussion about the issues, as opposed to just turning it and letting it devolve into a name calling contest, you know? So I appreciate that.
Good idea. Good idea. I have a second, you know, my second channel. I don't answer questions. So on this second channel, I'm going to be going live like what we're doing right now, and I'm going to be reviewing videos. And if you want to come up and go on my live and have an opposing opinion, I'll be totally down for that.
I might take you up on that. I'll have to see what I'm doing, but yeah, that might actually be really cool.
I think we would you know, go live and then have both of us up here and then play a video of something that happened, and you give your opinion and I give my opinion, and then we discuss why we don't agree on certain points, or if we do agree on certain points. I'm down for that.
That is not a bad idea.
And I'll come on your channel and do the same thing, so you have it on your content.
Yeah, or we could mirror each other's, whatever. Yeah. That's a good idea. Let's see. Do you mean like right now?
No.
Or just like in the future? Okay, I was going to say, like, I don't know if I'm ready to get into all that at the moment, but yeah.
No, you send me an email and then we prep and set some days and stuff. But yeah, I'm down.
All right.
Like I said, dude, I don't have nothing against you. I mean, it's just your opinion at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Opinions like an asshole.
All right. Well, I also have my contact, my emails in my. Sorry, you're breaking up again. But anyway, yeah, I got my email in my not comments. What? Dagnabbit. About section on my page, so you could get in touch with me that way. And I'm sure I could find yours in there, right? Too, same thing.
Pop's gone viral.
Basically, like, where's yeah. All right. So then that'll yeah, that's something we'll keep in touch. Keep in touch. We'll see if we could set something up where we'll actually have it, pre-planned. So we'll be able to like set it up, let people know, hey, Direct D and Hezekiah are gonna get together and have a conversation again, And that might actually be it's pronounced Hezekiah.
Hezekiah.
Hezekiah, yeah.
Where does that come from?
Yeah. It's my old World of Warcraft character's name. I just invented it.
The Diablo
and because I've had this well, what happened was I started this channel like 11 years ago. I didn't start doing this kind of stuff until recently, but back when I first started it, I was like, well, what is this going to be? I don't know, a gaming channel or something. So I just used that name and it stuck with me. So now like I'm kind of stuck with it and it's grown on me and now I like it. So that's it. But yeah, that's where it came from. It's just a word I invented. It doesn't mean anything.
That's some old school stuff right there. I used to play Diablo and World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I used to write bot programs
for
Diablo so that it would play the game by itself.
Nice.
Old school coding.
The original Diablo.
Yeah.
The original Diablo had so many things that you could mess with in there, and I took so many glitches that I took advantage of. And
yeah.
It was fun. Those were the good old days. But yeah, well, again, thank you for coming over. Definitely stay in touch. I'm gonna move on. I want to go back and look at some of these chats that have been coming in, see what that's going on over there. But again, thank you very much for coming on and sharing your side of the story. And I definitely appreciate it. And I'll definitely keep in touch.
Hey man, right? I'm all about transparency. So, and that means with me too.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hey, you guys have a good night, chat. Thanks for having me on, man.
All right. Thank you.
Later.